Like I'm
You'll
expecting
respond.
you to answer.
Respond in the comments to make her feel better about herself.
Please do. We do like people
So-
to respond.
Last week, what did we talk about?
My transplant anniversary.
Transplantiversary.
Hope you all enjoyed the video, which was
19
actually
years.
published on my transplant date
It was.
on the 6th. So
That's
that
how we
is awesome.
planned. Well, we didn't plan it out that way. It actually just happened. We're like, oh wait, we
No.
need to switch these two because it was the exact date.
Right,
So
right.
we planned it out in advance, though.
And I'm so thankful. Once again, I'm
Mm-hmm.
so thankful. I celebrated 19 years last week.
Mhm.
So,
And so, this week we're talking about the joy of friendship.
aw,
And I just had a crazy weekend 2 weekends ago.
2 weekends. This is just this last weekend.
I know, but we're recording beforehand. By the way, people, we're recording this beforehand. It was this past weekend, but I tried to...
Why are we recording this ahead of time?
because I'm going to be in South America for about 10 to 11 days.
Yes.
So we thought, I didn't want her to be by herself, so we're pre-recording stuff that way we don't miss a week.
Okay, so 2 weekends ago.
2 weekends ago. My friend Lynn got married.
Aw,
And, yeah.
I need to put a wedding picture.
I will see if I can get a wedding picture. I'll find something to post. But she got married this past weekend, and I got to meet a whole bunch of her friends from college. And it was just a weekend of celebrating. And it was a crazy, whirlwind. It went by so fast, but it was so much fun just to...
We've got thumpers.
It was so much fun just to enjoy that time with her. And a nice thing about what she was doing is she values the joy of friendship, which is why we're talking about joy of friendship, is she prepared stuff ahead of time. That way, whenever people came into town, she was able just to spend time with friends, which I thought was really cool.
That was very
She
smart.
wasn't stressed out about, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. It was just, she was very relaxed and just wanted to
Enjoying.
spend time. Yeah, she was enjoying
Just
every
wanna
minute of
get
it.
married.
She did just want to get married. But it was nice because I would talk to her. I'm like, you seem really calm. She's like, yeah, I'm enjoying this. She's like, I'm trying to savor every single moment. I'm like, that's how it should be.
That's
but she
good.
had a lot of amazing friends that I got to meet. And so, yeah, it was fun just to share that time with her. And
What kind of things did you guys do together?
growing up, or...
Well,
With the
yeah,
wedding.
we can start with that.
Well, she was my first homeschool friend. So that was kind of cool. So that was from elementary school that we became friends. And so we just stayed in contact ever since. Even whenever we weren't in the same state, we still managed to be close. Or whenever we would come back together back in Florida, we'd be like, it would not feel like we ever had any time apart. And so that's a beautiful thing with friendships.
That's
like,
what you call a lifelong friend.
yes, because
have
there
some of
are
those.
seasons of friendships with people. Like, I've realized that. My mom has always talked about seasons of friendships. But each of those friendships is a joy to have in those seasons. But there's times where you're like, oh, I haven't heard from this person in a while. Maybe I should reach out to them, which is a good thing to do. But there's just times, like, you just, different things happen, different things come up.
There is. And there is that different. You go in and out of seasons with certain people.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's those people who are your friends throughout all of life. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they're not always present, but you're always really close with them because your
Uh-huh.
lives parallel each other so much in
Mm-hmm.
life that even though there's a distance between you, things that are going on in your life are the same or
Yes.
very similar to each other.
Yeah, and that's how Lynn is for me. Like, I was realizing even whenever we were
Lifelong,
apart.
steady friend.
Yeah, even when we were apart, when we come back together, it was just like nothing ever
That's the
happened.
way my friend Julianne is. I hope she watches this video because I love her dearly. Her and I have been friends since we were 9.
Lynn and I were friends since we were 10 or 11.
Yes, but
Close.
that's a long time.
It is a long time.
I'm older than you.
I know you are
Do you know
older.
that? I'm your mom. I'm older than you.
Yeah,
So-
I know that.
But we've been friends for a really long time, and it's been that same exact thing, that kindred friendship where there's always that bond is always there when we're together. We can talk for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. When we come back together, like nothing has changed. And then you have those people who you're close with for a season, and then life just takes you in different paths. And
That's
there's
not
and that
bad.
doesn't mean that friendship wasn't special to you, or that doesn't mean that there's a discredit in that. You can still be friends with those people. Just right now, you guys are just on different paths in life. You know, they might still have children in school and you no longer do, or they might go to a different church and you'd go to a different church. You know, it might have been a church relationship, But as long as the relationship was built on love and caring, it doesn't matter how long you're apart. You should still be able to come back together.
And that common
And
interest is the Lord,
Yes,
too.
it is. That makes a big difference.
It was really cool because with the speeches, I got to do a speech in Lynn's wedding. And so with the speeches, one of the things that everybody kept on talking about, like that I talked to at the wedding, because we saw a lot of friends that we've known from the past, they all said how cool it was that the wedding ceremony and all the speeches all focused on the relationship between the friends because of the joy of the Lord, because they help grow you towards Christ. And I thought that was a really cool thing to like be able, like I noticed it because I know I spoke about it and the best man spoke about it, but it was cool to hear other people see how the Lord affected the friendship.
Yeah.
And it brought joy in that friendship.
And then the other thing that I've noticed in my few more years that I've got on you and dealing with friendship is that if somebody chooses to walk away from the Lord and you were good friends with them at one point and they have chosen to walk away, there isn't that kindred there. It doesn't mean that you can't be friendly with them and love them. I'm not saying that. But there isn't that connection, that heart connection with them. And a lot of times friendships fall to the wayside because one or the other person has chosen to walk away from the Lord or has chosen to, if they're struggling with something, not open up about it. They're keep it to themselves. If they're struggling with depression, if they're struggling with anger issues, if they're struggling with their own self, sometimes they sever that relationship because they don't want to let anybody in. And if they would let somebody in, that relationship would continue on. And so there's part of that too, a lot of times when people choose to close themselves off or put a wall up because they don't want to open up or they feel it makes them look weak. And it doesn't.
No.
Because what's a better friend than somebody who'll sit and listen to you?
That's true. That's very true.
My friend Jan just did that recently. And I love her for it. It's lovely.
It's very lovely.
So friendships.
Friendships.
The joy of friendships. Enjoy your friendships. If you have a lifelong friend, put them in the comments on Facebook who your lifelong friend is. Tag them in this particular video. Tag them on our page, on Her Heritage, to let them know who the lifelong friend is. Because they might need to hear, hey, thank you for tagging me because I'm your lifelong friend. And lifelong friends are important.
They really are.
Because the Bible tells us that no greater love has this than one lay down his life for his friend. And that's what Jesus did for us.
It's true.
And that's what we need to do for each other.
So,
the joys of friendship. Next week. Summertime.
So we are in summer.
I'm singing a song.
I know you are. You want to keep on going?
No.
Okay. So we are in summer, and we are going to talk about what we used to do in summer and just summertime fun.
Yes. Even though as an adult things never end, sometimes you still just got to have some summertime fun.
Oh yeah. Enjoy the seasons. That's pretty much what we're focusing on. Enjoy the seasons. Enjoy life. Joy. That's what this month is about. June joy.
Ah, the joy of June.
The joy of June. There you go.
It's hotter than all daylights though out here in Florida.
Really hot. And then when we go down to Suriname, it's going to be even more hot.
Yes.
That's okay. We'll enjoy it.
Yes, you will.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you next week.
Bye. Bye.